You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'.
Is going down. It is your boy Studio MacGyver, and welcome to the podcast, guys. This is Random Gameplay Pimpin'. If you're into anime, if you're into nerd culture, and if you love video games, guys, you come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. This is podcast number 314, and I got a few things I want to discuss with you guys today. Got some news to get into. I also want to talk about, I'm smiling, excuse me, just forgive me, because if you guys don't know, Tears of the Kingdom is out, and I literally have my screen paused right now. I'm looking dead at Link. He's looking dead at me, and I cannot wait to get back to this game. It's been a beautiful experience thus far. I'm going to get into all of that, my time with the game, all of that, and then some. So we're going to talk about that at the end of the show. I'm going to be talking about some news, an upcoming game that you guys may want to keep your eyes on, and we'll get into that as well. Also, some information on Dragon Age, just a quick little tidbit on that. And then another beat 'em up has hit the scene, or technically it's not out yet, but it's supposedly going to hit the scene this summer. I'm going to talk about that with you guys. If you don't know, if you're new to the channel, I love beat 'em ups. It's one of my favorites, besides, of course, open world RPG type experiences and then fighting games. So going to get into all of that. But also, PlayStation just dropped a beautiful bomb on us on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. Going to get into that and what that's all about. Going to talk about that too. And a movie that I saw this past weekend, and I'm surprised, but I love beautiful surprises when it comes to movies. It hasn't happened to me as of late, so I'm definitely going to talk about this movie with you guys, and I think I'll start there, to be honest with you guys. This movie kind of blew me out the water. It came out recently, a few months back. I want to say it hit theaters. I'm not sure, but it definitely has a lot of different stars in it. A lot of them I don't know by name, but I've seen them in a lot of different things. And this movie goes by the name of Cocaine Bear. Okay. Now one guy, R.I.P., God bless his soul, was in the movie. He's no longer with us. And that goes, I'm talking about Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta, if you guys don't know, Goodfellas fame, all of that classic movie right there. But yes, this movie here, I think they shot it in like 2022, early 2022, something like that. And it's just now come out a few months back, and it's on Peacock. And I'm subscribed to Peacock for a number of different reasons. I don't really watch them often, but they do a lot of stuff with the Halloween movies. That's the main reason why I kind of subscribe to them. And then they also have some wrestling stuff on there. Of course, the WWE network is connected to them now, so they do that over there. And every once in a while, when I want a wrestling itch, the nostalgia, the old school WCW stuff, I go there for Peacock. And they have some other shows and stuff there as well. But it's on Peacock. If you haven't checked it out, or if you've never heard of it, check this out. It's called Cocaine Bear. It's loosely based off of something that happened back in the 80s. Apparently, back in the 80s, some crazy guy who had a shit ton of cocaine decided he wanted to skydive, and he wanted to take his cocaine with him. Okay. So he ends up tossing his cocaine in these duffel bags out of the plane. All right. And he then jumps out the plane. He actually has a parachute connected to his body, but for whatever reason, the parachute did not work, and he ended up dying. Okay. He fell to his death, and that has to be a horrible death, man. I could never see myself jumping out of a parachute. Or jumping out of an airplane with a parachute or anything like that, because you just don't know. You could be blessed with shitty luck. The shit doesn't work. You might be paranoid as you're falling, and you may buckle under the pressure and end up not knowing or panicking and just killing yourself that way. It's just, when I think about that, I'm like, no, that's not for me. But anyway, this happened. Okay, this part of the story is supposedly true. what ends up happening in this movie is just a roller coaster ride of fuckery and warm butter. Okay. Everywhere you turn, okay, there's different stories, there's different characters, and you kind of go on a ride with each character in their journey. And for some strange reason, everybody kind of meets in the middle. And I didn't think it was going to be that good, to be honest with you. I just thought it was too over the top when I saw the trailer. But then after watching the movie, I fell in love with this movie. This is definitely a cult classic. I think for a lot of people who watch this is going to be a cult classic. Me personally, it's definitely on my list now. And I highly recommend this movie, guys. I swear to God, I highly recommend it. It's off the chain. It's funny as hell, but it's also gory, and it just has a lot of crazy shit in it. All right. These kids decide to skip school one day, and they want to go to the woods. They get caught up in the mix. Supposedly the cocaine is Ray Liotta's responsibility to deal with, and he's got the mob on his ass asking, where's our money? Where's our cocaine? So he's in it on that aspect of it. And then there's a cop who is also trying to find out what's going on with this. And he's got a lead, and he's trying to chase that lead. And there's more to it than that as well. Ice Cube's son is also in this movie. I think his name is O'Shea Jackson. He's definitely one of my favorite characters in this movie. It's just a dope movie, man. It's very gory as well. Like I said, it's got plenty of things to show you. That's all I'm going to say. Just imagine a bear getting hyped up on cocaine, okay, to the point where he just is in a rage and he's killing everyone to get to that cocaine. And you just have to watch it. And when you hear it on paper, it's like, yo, how are they going to make a movie out of this? And then when you finally watch it, you kind of understand, and it just makes sense. It was just a great movie, man. I also really loved the production value, especially for all the gory stuff. It looks so realistic. And it was a cool movie. That's all I can tell you. It's not very long at all. It's about an hour and a half. You can watch it and you can get it over with. I just highly recommend this movie, guys. Cocaine Bear. Check it out on Peacock. I don't know if it's showing anywhere else, but that's where I saw it. So give it a shot and tell me what you think. I'm anxious to know. But yes, saw that, and it was very dope. So got that out the way. Now let's go and let me talk a little bit about this Chrono Odyssey. Okay. This is probably a name you've never heard. Some of you may have heard it. Who knows? But with all the games that are in development and all these things that are going on under our noses, it'd be real easy to miss something like this. But anyway, I'm bringing this name up, and I'll say it one more time: Chrono Odyssey. Okay. Now this game here is an MMO for PC, but not just PC. I got excited because it's for PlayStation 5, and it's also going to be for Xbox Series X and S. Okay. This is an MMO. This is slated for 2024 sometime. That's the release window. That's all we know as far as that is concerned. But you have to watch this trailer. Okay. Everybody's talking about this trailer. All the YouTubers I follow, at least, they're talking about this trailer, and it's a breathtaking trailer. Okay. We've seen it before. Some of us have. It's got an Elden Ring kind of feel to it, or a tone to it, if that makes sense. There's all kind of different classes they put on display in this trailer. You have your mages, you have your barbarians, you have your ninja fast, you have your heroes with the sword and shield and all of those things. So you have pretty much all of those, and you can probably do everything in between. When you talk about MMOs, the sky's the limit. You can kind of make variations of all of these characters, and you can make a wizard / barbarian. Okay. You could do that. And that's the beauty of these MMOs. You can create whatever you want to your heart's content. And this shit looks breathtaking. That's all I'll tell you. The combat looks good, all of it. And this looks like Unreal Engine 5. I don't necessarily know the exact engine they're using, but this is definitely looking like some Unreal 5 shit. And I think everybody who's into that type of game should definitely check this out. At least check out the trailer. Ask yourself how you feel about it. This is definitely a dope game. Okay. I think if I remember correctly, this game was shown like back in 2021, maybe even 2020. And it was then at that time slated for 2022. But of course, we know how these games go. People get big headed. They get in over their head sometimes, and they have to go back and kind of temper all that expectation down a little bit until they can get grips around what they're doing and wherever they're at, whatever studio is working on this. I didn't get a chance to find out what studio is working on this either, but I'll definitely divulge more information when it comes to my attention. But definitely check it out, guys. Chrono Odyssey. Check out the trailer. It looks awesome. I think you guys should check this out. But it's just something else to get excited about moving forward, because we're now finally starting to approach the time where we're getting games strictly for the current gen consoles. Okay. No longer are we getting the games that are cross platform games. That we still are going to get some, because there's been some in development, of course, and all of that. But we're really now starting to find our footing, and the companies are finding their footing, and we're now beginning to get that strictly, production and development for the current gen systems. COVID had a lot to do with the fuckery and everything that went on when the systems came out, but now we're starting to finally step into the sunlight, out of the shadows, and I'm proud to say that, because, man, don't get me wrong, I love my PS4. I love my last gen consoles, guys, but we gotta get ready for some new stuff here. We gotta have these developers hook us up with some stuff that we've been waiting for. All the stuff we were waiting for when the systems first came out. Okay, let's keep it real with each other. A lot of these companies, Sony included, they had us snowed. Okay, they gave us dates on games that were supposedly coming out to sell the systems. Okay, hey, this is coming out this year. This is coming out this year, and that all fucking got pushed back. Okay, they wanted everybody to buy the system, and then when we bought the system, then they started bird feeding us, and then giving everything to us slowly. And then we got a lot of our games. We knew, or we had a feeling that this game could be a little bit more. I kind of see the limitations here. You can only make it look so much better on the current gen systems, but now once the chains are removed, they can freely roam around, and they can use all the power dedicated to these current systems, and we can now get these games that we've been waiting for. So that's a dope thing. I'm so excited. We're in this area, and we're in this time right now. Anyway, let's move on, and let's talk about Dragon Age. I want to talk a little bit about Dragon Age. I will say this. The earliest we're going to see this game, from what I'm hearing out here in these video game streets, is going to be April of 2024. Okay. I think I did mention this game a couple months back, where there was a lot of footage that happened to get leaked, and people were talking about it. And a lot of people said it looked shitty. I didn't think necessarily it did. I just thought it was a early build, and it got leaked. They basically leaked an early build, and that's what we saw. So it was kind of a good thing, in my opinion, because all the negative feedback on that footage lets them know that, hey, whatever we were thinking we were going to do, if that was the case, we need to pull this shit back in, and we need to reassess the situation. Even though I had no issues with it, I liked where it was going, and I understood that it's not the complete project. But a lot of people, we live in an age now where everybody jumps to conclusion, everybody jumps to gun. When a game comes out, say a game comes out on Friday, on Saturday, you already have YouTubers, you already have social media people talking about where's the next game, when's the next game, where we go from here. That's just the age we live in now, guys. It is what it is, and that's where we're at. So Dragon Age, DreadWolf's game is going to be slated for April, sometime around 2024. But please don't be surprised if this shit gets pushed back till maybe holiday season or early 2025. It happens all the time now. People set these imaginary window dates, and then when we get close, the truth comes out, and then you find out how far the devs are actually behind on this stuff, and we'll go there. But then it can go the other way as well. A lot of mistakes get made when they give us a release date or a release date window, and then we get close to it, and whoever is higher, or whoever the suit and ties are in this situation, they force the devs to put the game out at that date, even though the game's not ready, because the shareholders are getting upset and they don't want to cause any waves, and things of that nature tend to happen. Okay. And that's how a lot of shitty games come out and get made. That's how a lot of games come out shitty and don't become playable until months later after the games come out. Okay, we're kind of going through with that right now on PC with Jedi Survivor. And, some would even argue that it's happened on the current gen consoles as well. Even though I've played the game, beat the game, loved the game, had like maybe 1 or 2 crashes through my whole playthrough, and it was good. Okay. Now they're going to continue, of course, to give us updates. So the people who are still on the fence or just haven't gotten around to playing it, they're going to really reap the benefits of it, because they'll have it when all the pretty dope updates are there, and it will probably be running by that time buttery smooth. It pretty much ran buttery smooth for me as well. Like I said, there was a couple frame drops I think I remember mentioning to you guys, but other than that, man, for the PlayStation 5, it was a pretty smooth experience. Okay. But like I said before, whenever you have a time frame or you have so much time to complete a game, there's still technically no excuse for the stuff that is going on with that game, especially for PC. PC should not be that bad. And I'm hearing that it's just damn near unplayable on PC. Okay. And it happens all the time on PC. I don't know what it is. It's just, it happens. A lot of games just don't convert well from, consoles to PC. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. That's just how we roll out here in these video game streets, I guess. But anyway, just wanted to share that information with you guys. Next, I want to talk about one of my favorite genre of game, and that's the beat 'em ups. And we have a new one on the horizon, guys. And this is Double Dragon. Okay. This is a Double Dragon game. The name of the title is Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons. Okay. So I'm excited for this one. Anytime you have beat 'em ups, pixelated beat 'em ups on top of that, I get excited. And what makes me really, really happy about this is the fact that Arc System Works is working on this. I love Arc System Works. If you guys don't know who they are, they're responsible for a lot of fucking dope games. Okay. River City Girls, a lot of these games fall under that umbrella. They're just an awesome developer when it comes to these beat 'em ups and these digital games. Okay. These retro based fighting games and just games in general. They're just an awesome company. They've done Dragon Ball Fighters. They've done so much dope shit. I know it's going to be a banger. I can't wait. Right now, the release window, what everybody's talking about, is the summer of this year. But some people may argue and say that, oh, well, they said summer, but I hear people saying also it's going to be just 2023. So it could be summer, but it may not make that summer window. But supposedly be checking out for this definitely this year for sure. And I can't wait to play another beat 'em up with my kid, because we love playing beat 'em ups. We played River City Girls 1, River City Girls 2. We played Ninja Turtles. We played, the list goes on and on and on. We played Streets of Rage 4. All these games we've beaten, Castle Crashers. The list goes on and on and on. That's our thing. We love when these come out and we get a chance to explore and run through them. So this is going to be another one. I can't wait. They're also adding 2 new characters, playable. They're going to add this black guy. I forgot his fucking name, but he's walking around with this huge shield and he looks pretty awesome. I think I want to play with him as we move through the game. But yeah, another Double Dragon game. I think Arc System Works is going to get this one right. Graphics are definitely different. I've never seen a Double Dragon game with these graphics. Definitely go check out the trailer. It's out there for you guys. So if you have any questions or you're worried or wondering, definitely go to YouTube and look that up. But you won't be disappointed. I don't think you're going to be. And I can't wait to play this. So just wanted to give that information to you guys. And now let's move on to some of the meat and potatoes of this show. And I want to talk about PlayStation. Okay. Because Sony dropped a nice, beautiful bomb on us. Okay. Recently. And they're giving us 22 different games. Now, if you remember, a lot of people got salty when Sony announced that the games that we have, some of the games that we have on the PlayStation Plus catalog were going to be removed. Okay. If you had us to a certain date, I think sometime this month, I can't remember, but I went back and saved them all. As long as you went back and you marked them, saved on your profile, then you're going to have access to those games still. But if you don't do that, or you forgot, or something happened, then those games are going to be gone. The Bloodborns and some of these other ones, the Nathan Drakes, all these games, they're removing them off of the service. Okay. And then if you want to play them again, you'd have to purchase it. All right. But like I said, most people who are Sony guys or have been playing Sony have played all these games anyway, like myself. The people who haven't or are just now stepping into the Sony Lite, if you will, Sony Team, whatever you want to call it, they're the ones that are going to not benefit from that. So if you're just now coming in, getting a PlayStation 5, and you're probably going to be a little bit messed up behind that, because there's a lot of bangers here. There's a lot of classics here. And, but like I said, if I'm them, I'm paying for these. They're definitely worth every penny, and most of them are discounted anyway. If I had to recommend these games to you guys, I would not say to purchase them online. I would say go to eBay, go to a Amazon or your local GameStop or mom and pop gaming store, and you can get these games mostly for the low, $20, $15 sometimes. You go wait Black Friday, you can go clean up. You can do a lot of damage on Black Friday with some of these games, and you actually will have the physical copies in hand. So for me, that's a win-win. Every gamer is different. Do it how you want to do it. I think they've given us something to look forward to this coming Tuesday. So literally on the 16th, guys, we're going to get 22 gems dropped on us. A few of these games are actually from the PSP. You're going to get all of the, I think they're dropping like pretty much all of the Siphon Filter games on PSP on there, but I don't have that package. I think that's the $17.99 package. I think I have the $14.99 package. Yeah, I do. I don't have all the other games right now because I wasn't happy with their catalog at current stance, because they're kind of filtering these out to us. They're slowly but surely, month by month, starting to leak these games and starting to put some of these games out. I'll wait till the library gets a little bit fatter when they have more games accessible, and then I may decide to go ahead and just pay that extra $3 a month. But right now I'm good with the $14.99, and I'm cool there. Okay. To be honest with you guys, I'm not playing a lot of that or a lot of those games on that catalog right now. It's just a lot of stuff out right now, and I don't see myself playing any of those, not too many of them, for the foreseeable future, because like I said, we have Street Fighter around the corner, we have Final Fantasy 16 around the corner, and right now we just have Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and then I just beat Jedi Survivor. So, and there's still so much to do in that game as well after you beat the story. So there's a lot on my plate, and I'm sure there's a lot on a lot of you guys listening as well. So, we'll get to that when we get to that, but still, it's good to have for those droughts. And if you just see a game on there that you was always interested in playing, you can go ahead and jump on that and do that. Take care of that. But anyway, I don't know what's going on right now outside. I'm hearing birds, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what that is, guys. This neighborhood is crazy. Dogs in the back barking. So if you hear any of this stuff, I apologize in advance. I'm definitely going to do my best to edit this the best I can for you guys. But anyway, let's get back to it. These games, I don't have all 22 listed here, but I do have the ones that I want to play. If you guys are wanting to know or you have any doubts or anything, like, it's easy look up, just Google that shit and you can get the whole list right there. Okay. I'm sure there's something out there for everybody, but some of the games that I'm excited to finally get a chance to test and play out is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I've never played it. Never got a chance. I was never a big Ratchet and Clank guy, but now that it's free and it's going to be here Tuesday, that's definitely something for, I can see my son playing the shit out of this, definitely. And I can see myself checking it out as well. I may end up loving the game. Who knows? But it's there. I can go ahead and, bookmark it, and I can always have access to it. That's the cool thing there. As long as you have the service, you're good to go. Another game that really kind of piqued my interest a little bit was Watch Dogs Legion. I never got a chance to play that game. That's out there. I heard there was a lot of cool things to do in that game, and maybe when you got some time to play something new and you want to get into something, this is something for you as well. Another game on here is a classic. Dishonored 2 is on this list, so you can definitely check that out if you hadn't had a chance to play that. What else is on here? Sanuka of Rice and Ruin. This is a game that I was going to get on the Switch, still probably will get on the Switch. It just looks awesome. I never got a chance to play it, but it's an action RPG slash kind of, I don't know what to call this, because you also farm in this game as well. Okay, so I got to get into it and find out what it is, but I'm definitely looking forward to playing this one. I've had my eye on this one for a while now, so it's here. It's among us, and this happens a lot. It happens a lot, really, to me on the Game Pass. There's a lot of games that I want to buy on the Switch for the Switch, and the Game Pass, a lot of these games end up showing up there, so I get a chance to play them there, download them there, and play them there first. And if I really love the game, or if I feel something special with the game, then hey, I can move it over to the Switch as well. So that's kind of like how I operate. Anyway, let's move on to the next game. The next game is Evil Within 2. This is a cult classic. If you love horror games like the Resident Evil games and things of that, you got to give this game a chance. You got to give this game a try. I remember me and my son played the shit out of this, especially him. He was like the main guy playing it, and he really played it because I think it was on Game Pass at one point. It was on Game Pass at one point, and that's when we played it. And it was an awesome game, man. It's its own game. It's one of those games where a lot of people had a lot to say about it and not so good, but then there's a lot of dope things about this game as well. Like I said, it's definitely a cult classic. If you're into horror games in general, period, and you haven't played this, you're doing yourself a great disservice. You got to check this one out, man. Straight up. Evil Within 2. Next on this list is Tomb Raider, the definitive edition. And there go the fucking dogs. There they go. 1 o'clock. Sorry about that, guys. I'll do my best. You're probably going to hear this shit, but hey, it is what it is. Until I get my basement, until I can soundproof my shit, we're going to deal with this here and there. So be looking out for this type of shit to go down from podcasts every now and then on my podcast for the foreseeable future, maybe the next year or so. Okay. Just letting you know. Let me repeat that, guys. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. That is going to be out. And I love all the Tomb Raider games, especially the ones on the PlayStation 4. Those Tomb Raider games, I have nothing bad to say about them. Graphically, they're excellent. And I just love Lara Croft, man. They did a great job with her character, moving her into the current, or shall I say, last gen systems. I really am looking forward to another Tomb Raider game with the Unreal Engine 5. That shit would be dope. That would really set the tone, because I remember the first one that came out, it actually came out for the PlayStation 3 as well as the PlayStation 4. Okay. So it was crossplay. And I remember I had it for the PlayStation 3, and it was right at the tail end of the PlayStation 3's life cycle. And then the PlayStation 4 came out, and it still looked good then. Okay. So I remember my friends came over to the apartment, and we played it, and they just watched it. It was a dope game. Next game on the list is Rune Factory 4. Now, this is a game you could definitely get lost in. You could lose a lot of hours playing this shit, guys. It's one of those farming sim games. And I don't know, it's just something about these games that just get your time, and it just wraps you up, and you don't realize where that time went. 4 hours can just in a snap of a finger be gone just like that. And video games do that to us a lot. I know it does for me, and it has for me, and I'm sure you guys can relate to that as well. Especially you find something you really love or you're really into, and you're mad because I just got off work. I'm good. I got at least a good solid 4 or 5 hours I can play, and then you snap your fingers, and then if you don't go to bed soon, you're going to now be playing Russian roulette with your fucking sleep. Okay. And then it becomes a game of how much can I live with? How much can I live without? Okay. How much sleep can I actually live without, for the next day at work or whatever it is? You know what I'm saying? So, and then you have those that, hey, it's Friday. You just got off work. You got the whole weekend. You go get some junk food. You lock yourself in your house and your room, and you don't come out until Sunday night, until it's time to get ready to go to work the next day. Okay. I mean, so many times I've lived that life. So many times I've been in that situation, and I've paid for it, going into work or whatever, half sleep, looking like a zombie. But if you ask me, would I do it all over again? I'd always tell you, yes, I would, because that was the experience. I had so many beautiful experiences like that. And that's why we love video games, guys. That is the reason right there. But Rune Factory 4 on the list. The next one is one that I remember playing vaguely. I can't remember who had it. I didn't have it. Somebody I knew had it. And I ended up playing. I had a chance to play it for maybe an hour or two. And I really loved the game. But for whatever reason was going on in my life at that time, I didn't get around to getting it. And we all have these games sometimes, guys. We see a game we really want to fuck with, and we say, okay, we're going to do it, but not enough to say, we hone in on that game and say, oh, we're getting that shit day one. We're going to be right there. There's those games that we always say we want to play, and they look cool, and we'll get to it. And this is one of those games in that category. And I'm talking about Ghostbusters, the video game, the definitive edition. Okay. This game is here now, and it's also multiplayer. So I got to figure out how that works. I don't know if it's co-op multiplayer, or I don't know if it's like online multiplayer. I have to check that out, but I hope it's online multiplayer. Graphics hold up very well. I just looked at the trailer for it. It's a dope game. It looks, I remember playing it, and I was like, yo, I definitely could see myself playing this to the end and doing some stuff. So looking forward to playing that game. And yeah, man, it's going to have a blast. And there's more games. Like I said, there's 22 of them. Okay. But these are the ones that I was interested in. And if you guys want more information on it, like I said before, just check it out, Google that shit, and you may find one or two bangers in there that you yourself didn't know was there and want to play. And there you have it, man. There's got to be one or two games on this list that you guys are going to be salivating at the mouth to play if you haven't, or a game that just kind of got away from you and never got a chance to play it. And now you have an opportunity to do it again, and you don't have to do anything. If you have the subscription, you're golden. It's already there for you. So Tuesday, I don't know exactly the time, but it will be Among Us. I'm not worried about it because I'm trust me, my time is devoted towards something else right now. And when I get done with all that, I will definitely come back and return, and I'll be playing some of these games, because I think after Final Fantasy comes out, there'll be kind of a dry spell of games like all, the AAA ones that are coming out. We may get one or two here and there, but not the caliber that we have right now Among Us, like sitting here looking at us right now. So I'll definitely have time to go back and I think readdress these games on this list then. Got that out the way. I have to tell you guys now about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If you guys don't know, if you've been hiding under a rock, which, come on, even if you tried, you can't escape it. It's trending on Twitter. It's everywhere. Everybody's talking about it, guys. It's selling like hotcakes. I went to the midnight release for it. They had a party, and it brought back great memories because GameStop doesn't do that anymore. Okay. But they used to. GameStop used to have midnight releases all the time for games, especially really big games. And they would throw parties. They would go all out. They would bring food, wings. They would have contests. They would have drawings for prizes. They did all that for this game. Okay. They did all that for this game. They had a promotional thing. So if you pre-ordered the game, like we got this dope wooden carving of Hyrule, and it's carved into like this piece of wood. I still have it in the plastic. It's awesome. If you pre-ordered the game and while supplies lasted, you got a chance to get your hands on that. And that's just another collectible just to have. I went and I got an amiibo as well. My first amiibo. I'd never fucked with amiibos, guys, but I had a couple of friends who have them, collect them, and they're pretty awesome. The quality is really dope. I compare the quality. I'm not going to say is pristine as like a Banpresto, but it's pretty up there though. And if you don't know who Banpresto is, it's a company who does a lot of statues. They do a lot of those high detailed statues, man. Dragon Ball statues, all kinds, different IPs they do. But I know him from Dragon Ball because I'm a big Dragon Ball fan and I collect a lot of these statues, Naruto, and so on and so forth, guys. Some of your favorite anime characters out here, they do an excellent job. And what's so cool about Banpresto is no matter how big or how small that statue is, it is fucking detailed. Like I have some tiny ones, okay, very tiny, and the detail is so immaculate. You'd have to see it for yourself to believe what I'm saying. But these amiibos are small, okay, they're tiny things, and they're awesome. This one I got now is the one that just came out with the game, and it's Link kind of got his hand out, and it looks awesome. So I'm really excited to talk about this game. Just the whole thing, not just the game, but just everything surrounding the game. Like I said, GameStop, they held all this stuff. It brought back memories. We got the midnight release. I saw people come in here in this fucking GameStop, guys, that were cosplaying. One dude came in dressed like Link, and he had a son dressed like a baby Link in the store. It was a gang of people in here, up here, guys. So what happened is they released the game. You can go up to the store and pay for it up until pretty much 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is the time where they actually got to hand out the games to everyone. Okay. So I went in there around 9 o'clock, paid for my game. I already had it pre-ordered previously. I gave them like $5 a pre-order. Then I paid the rest of it. And then I went to go just run a couple errands and went to Walmart and do my thing. And then I came back, and then everybody started pouring in this place. It was fucking like a club. It was packed, and you could just see the love of this fucking franchise. Okay. This is why Nintendo is who they are. This is why they are able to make the moves they make. And this is why they don't give a fuck how people feel about their decisions, because they know that people are going to buy this. Okay. This was their first game they charged $70 for. So everybody paid $75 after taxes for this game. And everybody did it with a fucking smile on their face because they knew what they were getting. Okay. The reviews came out on this game the night before. Now, most people or some people may say, why did the reviews come out just the day before? If it was so good, why didn't they give a 2-3 weeks, notice? Because a lot of companies, they do that. They give you the game weeks early sometimes because they have that much confidence and faith that the game is going to do so well, right? But Nintendo is cut from a different cloth. I tell you guys this shit all the time. All my long time listeners know this. Okay. I've fucking hammered it in their heads so many times. And this is what Nintendo does. Okay. They did the same thing with Breath of the Wild. Okay. The reviews didn't come out for that. The embargo didn't lift until the day before. Okay. The game released, and that's just how they are. And even with all of the tight-lippedness with this game, they couldn't escape the drama that came with it though. Cause there was some drama that came with it. And I'm talking about the leakers. Okay. I'm talking about the modders, the people who actually, somebody who got the game early and decided to dump it onto the internet. And once that happens, guys, it's pretty much over. It's only a matter of time. People are going to get their hands on it. And then people are emulating this thing. It was just crazy. And that's what's been going on. Nintendo has just been going after everybody they can find and trying to shut them down. And even with all that effort, it still wasn't enough to remedy the situation completely. And, it just is what it is. And that's why they do what they do. I understand why they make people wait. You gotta be fair. I mean, it is what it is. The Switch, it was a launch title. The first one was a launch title with the Switch. So that one wasn't very hard to keep under wraps. But this one here, it was a little harder. Well, I'll say a lot harder. But still, after all that drama, okay, they still emerged the fucking creme de la creme of this whole video game situation because the reviews are out, guys, and they're fucking outlandishly good. Okay. IGN 10 out of 10. Here's one. GameStop is synonymous. I've spoken about GameStop before. Not GameStop. I'm sorry. GameSpot. They are synonymous with shitty reviews. Okay. And when I mean by shitty, I mean they like to take dumps on games, good games. And they usually always give or underscore a lot of these games. Okay. That's just who they were or who they are. They couldn't resist. They gave this game a 10 out of 10. And when I saw that review, and then I also saw Skill Up, it's a YouTuber I follow. A lot of you guys may be familiar with him. If you're not, definitely check him out. But he is a gaming snob. He's been called that by lots of people because it's very hard to please him sometimes. And he gave this game a 10 out of 10. And look, I don't have to hype this game up, guys, but I'm still going to hype it up because it's worth every fucking word coming off my lips and coming out of my mouth. It's real. It's fucking awesome. And you should play it. And if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you should get a Nintendo Switch and play this fucking game. All right. The hours will fucking fall from your fingertips and you will not know where they went. That is the type of game this is. And the cool thing about it even more is the fact that it's on the Switch. So you can take it with you. Okay. I take this game if I'm on the couch, if I'm in the room, it's going with me. And that's the awesome thing about it. You don't have to stop playing. All right. And I'm a guy who always plays. I'm like 90%. I play my shit on the TV. 90% of the time I play my Switch, I always play it there. I never really take it anywhere. And that's just how I keep it. But this game here, it changes that because I want to do things. This game is so humongous, so fucking big. Okay. And Breath of the Wild was big. Okay. It's truly an open world game. If you can see it, you can get to it. You can travel to it. Okay. So many secrets, so many things to do, so many things to get lost in this world. And this is Breath of the Wild. Now add 2 more layers to that. So this game is at least 2 3/4 more in size than the original Breath of the Wild. Okay. You have the underground, which is, I think, around 80% the size of Hyrule. Okay. And then you have the sky islands. Okay. Basically a whole new world that used to exist in another time. And this is the mystery of the game that people are trying to uncover. And now it's just falling. Pieces of it is falling from the sky. And, I mean, that's where you start the game at. You start the game in some sky island in the sky, and it was huge. That area, that first starter area was fucking huge, man. Oh man, the story looks to be very juicy as well. I'm still early on. And like I told you guys before, all my OG listeners, you know, I told you when this game came out, I was not rushing this game. I'm not trying to do a review on this game. I'm not trying to beat anybody to the punch on this game. This is a game that should be played at your leisure, at your pace, how you want to play it. Okay. I'm not rushing to do anything. I'm taking my time and I'm just enjoying the fucking universe. And that's how it should be played. I love this fucking game. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 so far, and I know it's going to be deserving of it once I finish. There's nothing else that needs to be said about this, guys. Pick up the fucking game. Play it. It's not hype. The shit is real. Too many people are saying the same thing. Excuse me. Too many people are saying the same thing about this game, okay? You can't make this shit up. That's all I can tell you guys. You just can't. There's YouTube videos out the wazoo. Just everybody's spitting out something that I never knew existed or I never knew you could do. It's just always something else new. People are discovering new things all the time. Right now I'm in some town. I don't even know where I'm at right now. I'm not going to grab my controller and find out. But I'm somewhere. I just got some horses. I was just obsessed with finding some horses. And I forgot that I had, saved data on Breath of the Wild. And if you have that, then you already have your horses that you had from last game. So I didn't know that. So I was like, all I had to do was go to a stable and talk to somebody and I get my horses. Okay. This game is awesome. The game is completely, absolutely beautiful. The art style itself, I've always loved this art style, guys. I've said it so many times. And the thing about cell shaded art styles are they're not demanding at all when it comes to the usage of memory and whatever you're trying to, I guess, get it to do necessarily. So it kind of was like a lucky design for them. Okay. Their engineers and the people who worked on their team and got all the stuff ready, who created this engine from Breath of the Wild, they did their homework and they did their thing. They came up with the perfect engine for this title and they were able to elaborate on it on this game. Okay. Let me give you a perfect example of that. Dragon Ball FighterZ, awesome game, right? So many characters, right? So much action. The art style is unique in its own. It's beautifully breathtaking. And that game, I think when it first came out with the base game, I think the base game was literally like maybe 5 gigabytes. Okay. It was a very small game. And it was because of that cell shaded engine, okay, that they have. It doesn't require a lot of power. They were able to do something special here. And it just so happens that it's an awesome aesthetic. Okay. It just so happens that it's just a awesome engine and it just looks cool. I know for me personally, I'm speaking for myself. It's got an anime 3D cell shaded style to it. And that's the best to describe it. And I love anime and it weaves it together and everybody in this world is just beautiful. The colors pop. They're very vibrant and bright. Everything from the wildlife and the grass and all of this stuff is just beautifully made. And this is 30 frames per second. This is nothing, next gen-esque or anything like that. And Nintendo is unapologetic for it, as they should be. Okay. They do it their way. And this is kind of like them throwing what they do in our faces. Like, yo, this game that we created, this is our own universe, our own characters. We run it the way we run it too. We're going to make it run the way we feel is best for this system. And you're going to like it. No, you're going to love it. And if you don't, we don't give a fuck. And this is what Nintendo has done with this game. Okay. And everybody loves it. The art style is just breathtaking. I love everything flaps in the wind. It's beautiful. His clothes, if he has a cape, if he has whatever, even the physics on this engine, like the couple times that I've died so far in the game, even the enemies that I have killed or whatever, the engine is awesome. Okay. The physics engine is fucking dope. They just knew what they were doing here. Okay. When they made this engine and it says it shows it. And they were able to cram so much of that into this. And keep in mind when Breath of the Wild came out, guys, it came out for the Switch, but it also came out for the Wii U. Okay. So they had to make a game that stretched both systems. So there were some limitations ever so slightly, but there were still limitations with that. And now they were able to take the time, which was years, okay, to develop this other game off of the same Breath of the Wild engine. And they were able to make it this game we're playing right now. There was a day one patch. I think it was around 300 megabytes or so. And we're up and rolling. I don't know if we're going to get any other updates, but so far for me, guys, the game has been running buttery smooth. I'm having a fantastic time in this world, and I'm going to be here for quite some time. Okay. I'm not rushing this at all. I don't know if it's going to take me 2 months to beat it. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I know it's not going to take me 2 weeks. I know that it's definitely going to be longer than that. I'm not rushing this fucking game. Average game play time for this is, from what I've been seeing, is around 75 to 80 hours. If you want to go straight do story stuff, but if you want to explore and you want to do everything and you just want to lose yourself in the game, easily 200 hours can be spent on this. I know people who spent almost 300 on Breath of the Wild. So there you have it. And I told you before that this game is almost 3 times the size of that. So you do the math. Okay. And you tell me what you think. I can't tell you much more about it because I'm, like I said, very early stages in the game. You're easily lost in this. Okay. There's places that I said, okay, I'm going here, and you never make it there. You never make it there because you run into something else. You see another shrine somewhere or whatever it is that you see, and you run in. I can't resist shrines. If I see one, I'm going in because I need my stamina up. I need my hearts. And those are the things you need. I think it's like 4 of them. Once you conquer 4 of them, you get to choose if you want stamina or if you want a heart. Okay. So, and it's just some awesome stuff. There's a lot of dope shit in here. How to get the sword. That was in Breath of the Wild. It's actually easier and a little trickier, but it's still easier to get it here in this game. So I definitely have my sights set on that. But there's a couple other things I want to take care of first. So there's so many things, man. There's so many things. So I haven't even gotten my whole outfit yet. Like I've got the shirt. That's it. I'm about to go buy my cape, my cloak, and then I'm going to get my pants. And then that'll be my first main outfit from when you start the game with. I'll have that. But like I said, guys, I've been sidetracked. I've been doing so many other different things, and I'm like, okay, now after this, I'm going to go and do that. And it never happens. So it's just so many things to do, man. It is. So I am having a super time with this game, and I hope you guys are too. I'm seeing friends on here playing it. Shout out to Wonder Soul if you're listening. I saw you, man. I saw you log on. So I know you're on it. Everybody's on this shit. Okay. And what's so cool about it also is all ages can play this. This is a fantasy open world action RPG that anybody can play. Your kids can play this. Everybody, it's for everyone. I don't know what else to say. It's definitely got a darker tone. I will say that it's definitely got a darker tone than Breath of the Wild does, but it's still nothing to be worried about if you have kids and you want them to play this. Okay. They can definitely play this. But like I said, man, just play it. You see the reviews. Okay. IGN 10 out of 10. Okay. GameSpot 10 out of 10. All right. It's here. Metacritic 96. OpenCritic is 97%. So Game of the Year contender, you goddamn right it is. The only other games that may have a chance to knock it off of its pedestal are maybe 2 or 3 games. Okay, we're talking about God of War and Final Fantasy 16, which isn't out yet. So those are the main 2 that I think have a chance to beat it. Other than that, I don't know. There may be one more game, and I'm referring to Horizon Forbidden West. That's the only other one I could see potentially dethroning this game. But I don't know, man. Right now, it's Nintendo. I think Nintendo's gonna do it, even over God of War for sure. I think so. But like I said, Final Fantasy 16 for me is going to be that final straw. I gotta play Final Fantasy 16, and then I'll be able to tell you guys definitively if that one is going to win. It's going to be real hard though, because both of those games, this game is awesome. I've been playing it, but I got a feeling that Final Fantasy 16 is definitely going to do some things too. I've been really anticipating that one. That one is a true dark fantasy for the ages, and it's not as open world like Zelda is. So there's some small differences here, but we're going to find out. We're definitely going to find out. But right now, man, if Zelda won, guess what? I'm not going to bat an eye. Okay. I'm not going to even trip. Just be looking out for that. Okay. And we're talking about a system here, guys, that is long in the tooth. Okay. Came out 2017, still running the same outdated Tegra chip, and they haven't changed shit yet. And they're putting out shit like this. All right. I'm just telling you, this is what first party power can do. That's why I say when it comes to Xbox, there's no excuse for them not to be able to put out games like, you know what the games I'm talking about. And Starfield. Okay. It's a lot of pressure. I'm a little nervous if I have any pride, put it like that, because guys, you have your team, you have the money, you should be working on this game. Your game should be 60 frames. Your game should be technically sound. Okay. You've already postponed the game and all of that. So it's going to say a lot when you come out. And I'm just comparing them. And I'm talking about first party games. I'm not talking about, the Game Pass and all that, because we all know, at least I do, that Game Pass is still awesome. And it has a great place in our house. And I'm sure a lot of other people's houses too. But when we're talking about first party stuff, that's what I'm talking about here. I'm comparing this stuff to first party stuff. And Nintendo, they know what they're doing when it comes to first party shit. They just know their IPs are awesome. Okay. So I'll leave it there. I'll leave it at that. I'll let you guys, do what you do. And hopefully, I hope everybody's having an awesome time in Hyrule and out there on your Switches and playing this game. And if you're on the cusp, or if you haven't gotten it yet, you're in for a fucking treat. I'll say that. A friend of mine, he is on the fence. He's about to get a Switch, but it's like, yeah, it's going to be $400 after tax, man. If you're going to get a Switch now, and then this game, you're going to pay a little bit for it. But if you're asking me, is it worth it? You goddamn right it is. You goddamn right it's fucking worth it. I keep telling people that all the time. People should have a Switch in their fucking library. They should have it in their fucking library of games. It should be one of their systems. It definitely fucking should. So we'll see, man. I'll reconvene with you guys. I'll be talking about this game for the next couple of weeks easily until Street Fighter comes out, and I'll take a break when Street Fighter comes out. That's probably when I'll take my first break from this game, and it will be just a break. Trust me. All right. But that's going to do it for the show. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank everybody for streaming, downloading, listening, lending me your ear. If you like the show, I hope to see you guys, if you're new to the show, back next week. We do this every Monday, same bad time, same bad channel. With that being said, guys, I love you all. Before I go, though, please, please, please give your boy a shout out. Go check out the YouTube channel, Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Check out the TikTok, Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Also, all my Dragon Ball fans, you got to check out the Dragon Ball Drip TikTok. Show some love there, and check out the website, www.dragonballdrip.com. Get yourself a hoodie, coffee mug, t-shirt, whatever it is. Anything you buy will definitely go towards helping out the show. Got new designs. I'm working on 2 of them right now, but I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish them because I'm so much shit on my plate, including this fucking game here. But anyway, I'll get to it. It's coming, guys. Rest assured. New designs. Check all that out. Show your love. I love you guys dearly. I'll see you guys next week, man. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.